Hey YouTube, this is Melody Banton. Today I'm going to show you how to prepare the fruits for a Caribbean fruit cake. In front of me here I have 500 grams of mixed fruit and I've added 200 grams of fruit peel and I've just added it into the same bowl, and 200 grams of glacier cherries which I'm going to add to the bowl. So it should look like this. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to now wash the fruits under the tap with some cold water. Okay, so I just need to wash it with the cold water because the reason why I'm washing it with the cold water, as you can see, the glacier cherries and the mixed peel is quite sticky. So there's like a lot of, I'm not sure what it is, but there's some kind of sticky sauce or something on it. So basically we need to wash it, yeah, because we want to remove all this grease and sugary stuff. And as you can see, the water is quite cloudy, it's dirty, yeah, so we just need to keep on washing it and just giving, you know, rubbing the fruits to remove all this mess, as I'll call it. Just need to remove it. All right, so we're just going to keep on rinsing that and I'll come back and show you shortly. Okay, so I've been washing these fruits for about 2 minutes now and it's still not clean. You can put it into a sieve and you can rinse the fruits that way if you prefer. Okay, so still quite dirty. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to leave it to soak. I'm going to leave it to soak for about maybe 2 minutes in some warm water. Okay, so just to make sure that there's no stones, because sometimes you get stones in the sultanas and the mixed peel, so you want to make sure that it has been washed properly. Okay, so I've now washed out the fruits and it's now clean because the water was very cloudy, so I kept washing it for about 15 minutes and I did leave it to soak in some warm water. Originally I did say about 2 minutes, but I ended up leaving the fruits to soak for about 5 minutes and then I re-washed it with cold water until it was completely clean, because the fruits have a lot of mess on it, meaning it had like syrup and, you know, other stuff that they put on it in the packaging. So I needed to remove everything because I didn't want that on my fruits. So now that I've got my fruits the way that I need it, I'm now going to begin to blend it. Right, so now we're going to start the process of blending the fruits. So I'm going to use this attachment for my food processor. I'll show it to you. It's quite sharp. It's got a really good blade on it and it chops things really well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put 2 spoons of the mixed fruit into the blender. So I've put in the blender, so I'm now going to start to process it. Right, so I've put the fruits into the blender and I've started to mix it. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like on the inside. Right, so you can see that the fruits are starting to be blended. It's starting to come like a sort of paste, sort of mince. So I'm just mixing it just to make sure that everything gets blended properly. Okay, now one thing I like about my food processor is that I have like a sort of a spout, okay, on the blender, and you can put things down the middle. Okay, so I've mixed the fruits and I'm now going to switch back on the blender and I'll be adding gradually the fruits in. Okay, so it will become sort of like a mince. It will be blended up basically. All right, so I'm now going to switch on the blender and continue. Okay, so you can see it's mixing the fruits and the fruits are mixing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add another spoon of the fruits into the mouth of the blender. Okay, I've just put it in, and I'll put another one in so you can see. Right, so we're now going to check the fruits again. It's been blending for a while, so we're just going to give it a stir and see how it's doing. Okay, so I'm going to stop the blender and I'm going to have a look and see how the fruits are going, how it's doing. So this is the fruits here. It's not too bad, it's blended quite well, but I still want it a little bit smoother. So as you see, it will look a little something like this. It looks, you know, a little bit disgusting, but this is basically the fruits. So this is the mixed fruits, and it's the mixed peel and the glacier cherries. It's all mixed up. As you can see, some of it hasn't fully blended. Okay, and so it's getting a little bit thick. So what I'm also going to do is that I'm going to add 1 cup of rum to the mixture, just to make it a little bit more easier for it to blend. Okay, so I'm now going to switch back on the blender and I will pour the rum through the mouth of the lid. So I'm now going to add the rum into the mixture. Okay, so I've put the rum in and I'm now just giving it a mix again. So it's quite runny, which is a good thing. This is the way that I like my fruits. Okay, because before when I checked it, it was quite thick. It's now falling off the spoon. And I just want it to blend a little bit more because I can still see a few pieces. So I'm not quite happy with this, but it all depends on what you like. Some people like to see a few pieces of the fruits, but for me, I don't like to see any of the fruits, to be honest. And so I leave it mixing for quite a while. That's just my preference, but some people like it with fruits showing. But with a Caribbean fruit cake, we'd like to blend out the fruits, to be honest. So just going to leave it blending again on a high speed for about another maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then we can leave it to set. So I'm just going to add a 1/4 cup of St. Remy's brandy, okay, into the mixture. So you'll see that I've added that, so it might become really runny, but that's a good thing. Okay, so I'm going to mix it and then I'll come back. Okay, so now checking the fruits. I'm quite happy with this. Okay, so I'm now going to put it into a bowl, and I'm now going to just do the finishing touches of the fruits. So the fruits are now in a bowl, and as I said before, and I'll show you, that's the fruits. Okay, it's quite runny. I'm very happy with that. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to cover the bowl with some cling film, and I'm going to put it in the fridge, and I'm going to leave it. Okay, now every week I will add 1/2 cup of rum or sherry or brandy or whatever. I will leave that in the mixture. I'll add it to the mixture and leave it, yeah, and that will just, you know, enhance the flavor of the fruits. Now with the fruits, you can leave it for a very long time. It doesn't go off. There's some people who soak their fruits from like a year, 2 years. You just keep topping it up with alcohol, and you just keep topping it up with fruits. So the longer that you leave it, the better the fruits will taste, yeah, and it will make your fruit cake taste nicer. So basically that's it. It's quite simple. It's not hard, you know, once you know how. I will just give you a few tips on baking the fruits. Now, if you don't drink alcohol, you can use maybe a non-alcoholic wine. It won't give you the same sort of taste, but it's an alternative to the alcohol. Some people will use grape wine. I've never used it myself, but if you use the brandy or the rums, the sherries, anything like that, the alcohol, it gives it a really good taste. And with fruitcake, that's really what it's about, is give, you know, the alcohol, the rum, you know, the strong alcohol to it, gives it a great taste. So that's it. So that's the fruits for the fruitcake. Please like, comment, subscribe, and leave any questions, and I'll try and answer them for you. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. Bye bye.